knowing it is already done. Just as the seed does not panic in the soil, neither do you panic in the unseen. It is finished. I receive it now, not tomorrow, not next month. Now, because the only time is now, and the only place is within. Say these words while feeling them. That is the only condition. If you speak with doubt, you delay the promise. If you speak with certainty, you collapse time. Do not explain. Do not justify. Do not question. Just declare. These words are keys. They unlock what you call impossible, because the moment you say them with faith, the universe moves. You will see the signs. You will receive the message. You will feel the shift. Not because you hoped, but because you knew. Let no one talk you out of it. Let no appearance distract you. Let no delay deceive you. Say it again. It is already mine. It is finished. I receive it now. And watch. In one day, it will be done. Every word you speak carries a vibration, a pattern, a command. It may seem like a fleeting sound, quickly vanishing into the air, but its impact is eternal. Words are not just sounds you release. They are seeds you sow, and the field they fall upon is the infinite, fertile ground of your subconscious mind. When you speak, you are not merely communicating with others, you are instructing reality. Each word holds within it the blueprint of an outcome. The moment it is spoken with belief, it is planted in the unseen and begins its silent, inevitable growth. Now consider this. If you speak with frustration, with defeat, with fear, those words do not simply express how you feel. They begin to form the world you will soon inhabit. You are not reporting your experience, you are predicting it. You are not describing the world, you are creating it. Just as a seed contains a tree in potential, so too does a word contain a reality in potential. Say, I'm always broke, and that is the crop that will rise in your life. Say, nothing ever works out for me, and watch life bring forth every event needed to confirm your declaration, not because life is cruel, but because it is obedient. Because the subconscious mind does not judge what you plant, it simply brings it to life. If you were to shift, if you were to begin to speak, not from the echo of your past, but from the vision of your desire, everything would change. A new harvest would begin. Speak words of love, and love begins to return. Speak words of abundance, and abundance takes root. Speak words of peace, and your world bends toward calm. There's no magic. This is law. And it is always working, whether you are aware of it or not. You are always planting. The question is, what are you planting? You may walk through the garden of your life today and see disappointment, lack, and confusion. But understand this, those are yesterday's seeds made visible. Do not curse the garden for producing what you unknowingly planted. Instead, bless it for revealing what was hidden, and begin again. This time, with intention. When a farmer sows seed, he does not do so randomly. He selects the seed carefully, knowing that what he puts in the ground will determine what comes out. He tends the soil, waters it daily, and protects it from harm. He never doubts that the seed will grow. He does not dig it up to check. He trusts the process. He knows the harvest must come because he has planted in faith. So must you treat your words. Choose them with care, speak them with conviction, repeat them with joy, and protect them from the weeds of doubt and fear. Every time you say, I am powerful, you water a seed of strength. Every time you say, I am blessed, you nourish a future filled with divine alignment. Every time you say, things always work in my favor, you are laying the bricks of a reality that must rise to match your declaration. It does not matter what the outer world looks like. The soil does not care if the sun is shining or the clouds are overhead. The soil only responds to what has been planted. So too does your life respond to what you consistently say. Speak as if your words are sacred tools, because they are. Speak as though the universe is listening, because it is. Speak not from your history, but from your vision, because the past cannot produce anything new, but your words can. You are your life is the field, and your words are the seeds. Be intentional, be aware, and most of all, believe. Because once spoken with faith, your words must become flesh. There is a secret embedded in creation, one that the world often overlooks. Words alone are not enough. Words are the seed, but feeling is the fertile soil in which the seed must fall. Without feeling, your words are like seeds thrown on concrete. They may be powerful in potential, but they cannot take root. They cannot grow. They cannot become. To speak without emotion is to recite, to repeat, to echo, but not to create. The true creative power lies not just in what you say, but in how deeply you feel it as true. You must embody the energy of your words. You must live inside them emotionally before you ever see them physically. The universe does not respond to empty phrases. It responds to the energy behind those phrases. When you declare, I am wealthy but feel poor, the energy contradicts the language. When you say, I am loved but feel lonely, your subconscious is confused, divided, and it is the feeling that always wins. The subconscious does not respond to surface words. It responds to your inner state. That is the language of the infinite. When you speak as if something is already done, and you feel the joy, the relief, the gratitude of that truth, something shifts. The outer world may not yet reflect the change, but inside you, a seed has been planted in rich, living soil, and that feeling, that inner movement, is the sign that manifestation is already underway. It is not about pretending, it is about assuming. You assume the state of the wish fulfilled. You speak not from hope or desire, but from fulfillment. You say, thank you, not because you are wishing to receive, but because you know you already have. Gratitude is the feeling of having. And the moment you truly feel you have, you activate the law of creation. This is why some people repeat affirmations for months with no result. They say the right words but feel lack. They speak about abundance but carry fear. They affirm love but feel unworthy. And so the words remain lifeless, like seeds stored in a drawer, never touching the soil of belief. But when you begin to speak with emotion, when your voice carries the vibration of truth, your words are no longer weak. They become alive. They move mountains. They dissolve resistance. They begin attracting to you the people, situations, and events that match the feeling you now embody. This is why conviction matters. Conviction is not loudness or force. It is inner certainty. When you declare something with the knowing that it already is, life must rearrange itself to reflect that knowing. What you feel deeply and consistently becomes impressed upon the subconscious mind, and the subconscious governs everything. It does not argue. It does not reason. It accepts. So, if you wish to change your life, change how you feel when you speak. Don't just say, I am healthy. Feel the strength in your body as you say it. Don't just say, I am successful. Feel the calm satisfaction of having already achieved it. Don't just say, I am free. Feel the lightness, the joy, the ease. The stronger the feeling, the faster the manifestation. Feeling is not secondary, it is central. It is the life force behind your word. It is the divine spark that causes the invisible to become visible. So, the next time you speak, pause for a moment, breathe, close your eyes if you must, and feel it. Let the words rise from the core of your being, not just your lips. Speak not from emptiness, but from fullness, from the deep inner place where what you desire is already real. When you do this, when word and feeling become one, you become unstoppable. Because then and only then do your words take root. And once they do, they grow with divine speed. The only time that truly exists is now. The past is memory. The future is imagination. Yet most people speak and think as if they live in some distant one day, and so their desires remain trapped in that illusion of delay. The creative power of the mind does not operate in the future. It operates in the now. That is why present tense thinking and speaking is not just important, it is everything. When you say, I will have, you have already pushed your desire out of reach. I will be successful. I will find love. I will be healed. These statements sound positive, but they are declarations of absence. You are confirming that right now you do not have, you do not experience, and you are still waiting. And as long as you wait, you delay, because your subconscious mind does not understand the future. It only responds to what is felt and believed in this moment. To say, I now have, is to pull the future into the present. It is to embody the end result. You are no longer hoping, wishing, or waiting, you are claiming. And what you claim as yours, with inner conviction, must begin to take form. This is the power of speaking in the present tense. It is not just grammar, it is creation. Your words shape your internal reality, and your internal reality molds the outer world. When you consistently say, I am, rather than I will be, you tell your subconscious, this is who I am now, and the subconscious must act accordingly. It begins shifting your perceptions, your behaviors, your energy, and even the people and situations around you, all to align with what you have accepted as true in the present. You see, to manifest is to occupy a state of being. It's not about chasing after things, it's about assuming you already are the person who has them. That is the secret. You don't become wealthy by saying, I will be rich someday. You become wealthy by saying, I am rich now. And feeling the reality of that will so deeply that your entire being conforms to it, brings it home. The more often you speak from the place of the fulfilled desire, the more naturally your life reorganizes to mirror that inner conviction. You become the cause, not the effect, the creator, not the victim, the origin, not the outcome. So let go of soon, let go of one day, let go of I hope to. These are the language of delay. Instead, speak in the now, live in the now, declare it now, because now is all you have, and it's also all you need. The present moment is where creation happens. It is the point of power. And the more fully you stand in it, the faster your desires become real. Because once you believe it is already done, the world has no choice but to catch up. The mind is shaped not by what you hear once, but by what you hear repeatedly. Repetition is the chisel that carves new identity into the subconscious. It is not simply the act of saying something over and over. It is the consistent return to a chosen truth, until it is no longer questioned. And once that truth takes root, reality begins to obey it. What you repeat becomes impressed. Just as water shapes rock through continual flow, your words shape the landscape of your inner world through continual declaration. The subconscious mind is always listening, always receiving, and always accepting what is said with emotion and persistence. It does not argue. It does not reason. It simply says yes to whatever is repeated with feeling. If you repeat lack, lack becomes your experience. If you repeat fear, fear begins to govern your world. But if you repeat love, abundance, success, wholeness, those states begin to dominate. Not because you force them into existence, but because you impress them deeply enough that the subconscious began to express them effortlessly. See, the first time you say, I am powerful, your conscious mind may resist. You may feel like you're lying. You may feel doubt or conflict. But if you say it again and again and again, while breathing, while relaxing, while imagining it as true, the resistance begins to dissolve. The statement becomes less foreign, less strange, and eventually it begins to feel natural. That shift, that sacred moment when the affirmation no longer feels like a wish, but like a fact, is the moment manifestation begins. This is why you must be persistent, not frantic, not forceful, but faithful, steady, calm, like a sculptor returning each day to the same block of marble, trusting that each touch reveals more of the form within. Every repetition is a movement deeper. Every word spoken again is a step closer to embodiment. Do not be discouraged if nothing appears to happen at first. Repetition works beneath the surface. You are rewiring pathways, shifting patterns, building a new self-concept. And once your subconscious accepts a new truth, life adjusts to fit it, not by magic, but by law, the law of consciousness, the law of assumption, the law of identity. And this is the sacred reason repetition matters, because your outer life cannot exceed the boundaries of your inner belief. You cannot live above the truth you hold inside. So if you wish to rise, you must elevate what you repeat. Speak only what you want to see. Declare only what you choose to become. And do it again and again until you no longer need to remind yourself, because it will have become who you are. The mind learns by rhythm, the body responds to pattern, the spirit awakens through remembrance. So remember who you are daily. Return to your truth hourly. Whisper it in silence, declare it in stillness, speak it before sleep, affirm it upon waking, and do not grow weary, for the harvest is certain. You are reprogramming the most powerful creative force in existence, your imagination, your belief, your identity. Do not underestimate the quiet power of repetition. It has built empires. It has changed lives. It has transformed ordinary minds into channels of the divine. One thought, returned to consistently, can rebuild a lifetime. One phrase, spoken with conviction each day, can shift the course of your destiny. So speak what you choose to be, and keep speaking it until the world has no choice but to echo your inner truth. Because what you repeat becomes impressed, and what is impressed must be expressed. The greatest battle is not with the world outside of you. It is with the story you keep telling yourself, the one you repeat in your mind, in your conversations, in your inner dialogue. That story becomes your life. And if you want to change your life, you must silence the old and boldly declare the new. Stop rehearsing the old story. Stop justifying your limitations, explaining your pain, or repeating what went wrong. Every time you speak of what hurt you, what failed, what they did, what you lost, or why it's difficult, you breathe new life into a reality you are trying to leave behind. The old story cannot go if you keep inviting it. Let it be silent. Not because it didn't happen, but because it no longer defines you. You do not grow by analyzing what went wrong. You grow by announcing what is now right. You do not heal by circling the wound. You heal by imagining the wholeness. The more you entertain the old identity, the more you remain bound by it. So stop giving it your voice. Stop explaining it. Stop defending it. Silence it. And then declare the new. Declare it not as a hope, not as a wish, but as an unshakable truth. Speak it as though it were already real. Say, I am chosen. Say, I am successful. Say, I walk in abundance. Speak it with no hesitation, no apology, no explanation. You are not here to argue with the facts of the old life. You are here to create the truth of the new one. And truth, when spoken with authority, rearranges reality. Do not argue with your current conditions. They are not permanent. They are only echoes of your previous beliefs. Do not plead with them. Do not resist them. Acknowledge them if you must, but then rise above them. Speak as if the new world is already here, because in the realm of consciousness, it is. You must learn to speak as the person you are becoming, not as the one you have been. This is not pretending, it is creating. The power is not in what you see, but in what you declare. Every word you speak is a mold into which life must pour itself. So choose your words as if they are law, because they are. Your word is law in your world. You are not a reporter of life. You are not here to describe what is. You are here to decide what will be. The moment you stop repeating the old narrative and begin to claim the new one, your mind begins to shift. Your body begins to respond, and the world begins to align. You do not have to explain how it will happen. You only have to believe that it is. Your authority comes from your imagination. Your power lies in your ability to feel the unseen and speak it as reality. This is how mountains move. This is how timelines shift. This is how the impossible becomes the inevitable. So silence the old, let it fall away without a fight. You owe no loyalty to the version of yourself that was surviving. You are not here to maintain the familiar. You are here to manifest the divine. Declare what is true for you now. Declare it daily. Declare it boldly. Declare it until the world forgets the old you ever existed. There is only one voice that must be heard. Yours. The voice that does not tremble, that does not beg, that does not delay. The voice that commands, that claims, that creates. That voice is yours. And when you speak the new story, when you hold it like a sword in the face of doubt, when you refuse to retreat into what was, everything begins to change. Not someday, but now. Because nothing is more powerful than a mind that has decided. The old is over, and the new is already here. There are words that do more than inspire, words that do more than comfort. There are words that carry creative authority, powerful phrases that, when spoken with certainty, reconfigure the unseen world to reflect your inner command. These are not idle affirmations. They are not mere hopeful phrases. They are spiritual decrees. spoken not to beg, but to create. When you speak these words with belief, with presence, with the full weight of your inner conviction, they do not float aimlessly into the void. They land, they take root, and they go to work, unseen, rearranging the conditions of your life in silence and in speed. These words act like spiritual blueprints. What you declare with authority, the invisible world begins to build. You must understand that the universe does not respond to your pleas. It responds to your assumptions. It does not obey fear or indecision. It obeys inner authority. That authority is not granted by anyone outside of you. It comes from within, and it is activated through your voice, through what you say and how you say it. There are phrases that ignite change immediately when spoken with faith. Phrases like, "It is done," "I now have," "I am." These are not simple statements, they are doorways. Each time you speak them with feeling, you step into a new identity. And when your identity shifts, everything around you must follow. The world always mirrors the state you live from, not the one you wish for, but the one you claim. When you say, "It is done," you are not hoping. It will be done. You are not doubting, it might be done. You are commanding, it is done. This is the language of creation. It leaves no room for hesitation, no space for the old story to linger. It declares the end from the beginning, and it trusts that life will rise to meet the declaration. Words are not weak. Words are not just sounds in the air. They are vibrations that match the frequency of what you call into being. If you say, "I am loved," the universe must deliver experiences that reflect love. If you say, "I am successful," even when the outer world looks barren, life begins working behind the curtain to fulfill that inner command. The truth is, most people are speaking words that disempower them. They say, "I can't," "I don't know how," "maybe one day." These are not just statements, they are creative orders. Spoken often enough, they become law in the world of the speaker. So if you are going to use your voice, and you always are, use it to build what you want. Train yourself to speak with deliberate power. Do not allow casual language to sabotage your vision. Speak as a master. Speak as a creator. Declare your day before it begins. Declare your abundance before you see it. Declare your healing before it manifests. These are not lies, they are acts of faith. And faith is the evidence of things not seen. The most powerful words are not spoken with force. They are spoken with knowing, with peace, with stillness. You do not need to shout. You do not need to convince anyone. When you know it within, your words carry that silent certainty, and the world obeys certainty. So speak only what you wish to see. Speak it often, speak it boldly, speak it quietly if you must, but speak it with belief. And then let go of the how. Let the words do their work. Let them echo into the unseen. Gather what you have called for and return it to you in divine timing. Not because you hoped, but because you knew. There are words that create. Find them, live them, speak them, and watch as your world bends to meet the reality your voice has claimed. When you begin to understand the true power of your world, you will no longer speak carelessly. You will no longer speak from fear, from doubt, or from lack. You will speak with clarity, with faith, and with knowing. Every word you utter becomes a thread in the fabric of your future. Every phrase you declare becomes a seed that grows into form. You have been given the power to create, not by force, but by focus, not by striving, but by speaking. Say only what you desire to see. Feel it is done. Speak it in the present. Repeat it until it becomes your truth. Silence the old story and declare the new. And above all, remember, the words you speak with belief are not hopes. They are laws to the unseen. Now go. Speak as the one who knows it is already theirs. Because it is. Thank you.